We're being overrun. We have to get off of this hill.
That's one of our 50 cals still firing, Cole. The 22nd are still fighting.
It's over, Cole. Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
Say goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
He was your friend too, Cole. Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Not a scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole. Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Gone, sir.
Sorry to hear that, son. God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was one here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name?
Lieutenant Phelps, sir.
I'm recommending you for the Silver Star and promoting you to First Lieutenant.
Earl Phelps, a shooting at the 111 Club, 6232 Hollywood Boulevard.
Sounds like a homicide beef.
Two of the dead guys caught in the crossfire were carrying Army surplus morphine. Get over there before homicide tramples all over the place.
We already cleared that up.
Judge in Pasadena took the big sleep yesterday. He had a personal stash of 20 cigarettes. Appears we didn't get all of it.
Ну, не до конца. Клуб 111. Знакомое место, да?
God damn it. Just can't seem to put this morphine to sleep.
Да потому что сколько его было-то?
Everyone has their vices. Even you, Phelps.
I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round. Is interview 2 free?
Там коробок было, я не знаю, на сколько людей, то есть там и продать успели, и распорядиться успели, то есть... Понятно, что мы не весь накрыли изначально. Тем более, что мы его дальше находили, там все равно. Возможно, просто не в таких количествах. Так, сейчас, секундочку буквально. У меня какое-то окно левое открылось почему-то.
Parker and Green are going toe-to-toe for the top job. There's a change in the wind.
About time.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps. Parker's got a puritanical streak. You never know we'll get swept up in a thing like that.
All units in the vicinity and any central unit. Citizen reports of 415 at 7th and Central. Unit to handle code 2, identified.
Мне нравится, что тут написано Холливудленд. Не Голливуд, а Голливудленд. Не знаю, с чем это связано. Но клуб 111.
Homicide guys are already inside.
Bukowski. Phelps. Back again. We're here about the morphine.
Over by the bandstand. You can see what's left of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick, 26, former Marine.
I know Eddie McGoldrick. He was a non-com in my old unit.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. Waitress said he recently came into some money and bought the club.
Who are the other Vics?
2 musicians, Biddleston and Bowe. And get this, they used to be in a 4-piece, but the trombone player and the drummer OD'd.
Don't tell me. Lamont and Tyree? We've met the rest of the band.
Now they're a no-piece.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. You might want a word with the hostess, too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
Это другой, кстати, пар, я думал на тот же. Просто название в другом месте, видимо. Очень можно жить при таких ранах. Я бы прям встал, пошел еще. Занимался бы чем-нибудь. Так, сигареты, само собой, тоже должны быть здесь. Господи, опять все разбросано. Бутылки. Так, я могу только осмотреть его, да? Что, у Бюковски не получается общаться с дамой? Тут лежит какая-то сумочка. Видимо, не имеет отношения к делу. Что это такое? Спички. Питтлстон. В карманах есть что? Ну, конечно. Да, игра, я понял, типа с первого раза. Вот каждый раз я теперь буду доставать коробку, он будет мне писать все это. Либо мы накрыли не совсем то. Коулу рука. Возвращаясь к старым баранам, не сорвали ли кольцо с руки? Так, это, кстати, улика С. А где улика Б? Вот она. Рой.
Well-maintained, custom case. Someone cared for this instrument.
Find anything interesting?
Вот пытаюсь понять. Опа.
What's that click? Neat trick. The case must have cost more than the trumpet.
Он в Блюрум. Бесплатный билет в Блюрум.
We should follow up on the musician angle.
Так, и шприц. Странный, конечно, шприц.
He kept his stash close at hand.
Ну, все было готово. Музыкант. Ну, типа сигареты, да, но на самом деле... Или не на самом деле? Открой. Ну, просто открой коробку. Ну, вдруг там морфий. Господи, сколько раз мы уже имели дело с поставками, типа, коробок с каким-то товаром, который не являлся этим товаром. Тут еще и пушки есть.
Fired. They haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
Is this guy hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them? Army surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was lifted from that ship.
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps, Administrative Vice Squad.
Welcome to the 111 Club, Detective. Feels like I've had half the LAPD in here today already.
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
You want to level with me, miss? before we start taking an interest in you.
This place has been on the slide for years. Eddie turns up, buys the club, then we start getting visits from tough guys. Next thing you know, we have the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Are you getting the picture?
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
Eddie was in over his head, but he was a decent boss.
Captain wants this one cleared up quick. Let me know how it goes with the dope.
Ну, пока только одна коробочка была найдена. С этим что?
Bad luck, Eddie. Okinawa couldn't kill you, but knowing the wrong people in this city.
Чист. Причем полностью ничего на нем нет. Что-нибудь рядом. Сейф вот открыт. С пушками и деньгами. Это не ограбление было. Так, в синюю комнату съездим.
Well, this day was a total waste of makeup.
It's gotta be something big, right?
How well did you know the owner?
Goldrick? Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
It happens more than you'd think.
Would you recommend a special one?
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lichtman. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't. What we care about is 2 tons of Army surplus morphine showing up on the street. If you care about working in this town, you better give me something on Biddleston and Bow, or their knucklehead buddies Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries, Untersturmführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at me, Elsa.
Roy, how about you get a drink while I see to this?
Will you sit down?
Why antagonize him, Elsa? You know what he's capable of.
Ask your questions, head officer. We have work to do.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
You can do this the easy way with me, or I can call my partner back over. I can assure you he's a lot less sensitive.
You think your threats frighten me?
Black man don't supply nothing. You think there's a black man in this town holding on to 2 tons of morphine? He'd be dead in a minute. White man supplies, black man buys.
My partner mentioned a couple of names. You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The only way you're going to get rid of me is to give me an answer.
I knew Cornell. We worked together a few years ago. He loved the music, but the music didn't love him.
What does that mean?
It means that he just wasn't that good. He was a sad, lonely cat.
Boys, take 5 minutes, please. I need to have a private word with you, officer. Why do you ask people to risk talking about a subject that could have them jailed?
Drugs are against the law, Elsa.
You're so full of courage, you have never felt ashamed.
This is getting us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war against narcotics?
It's not my war. It's against the law. My job is to prosecute the laws of this city.
Do you think you can stop people from needing drugs, detective?
I'm asking the questions here.
Then why do you come to me with your stupid questions? You know who controls the drugs in this city.
It's not enough to just survive, Elsa. You have to try and make the world a better place.
Brave words, and very noble. But words are just words, Coulou Felpsu.
She's right. We need to pay a visit to the mixer.
Cohen? Do you know where to find him?
This time of day? You'll find him holding court at the Macambo.
He can wait. There's something I need to be sure of. Give me till tomorrow morning.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, partner.
Опа. Еще и на старой машинке.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Ага, а как? Могу разве что подобраться, припарковаться.
LAPD, we're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has lunch here.
There's not going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3, if you'll follow me.
I'm going up to the lakes to watch the races on Saturday.
You want a tip?
Refill my coffee faster next time, honey.
I think
waitress will be with you.
LAPD. We have some questions
Hi,
regarding...
Mickey. How's it hanging?
Fine. Just fine, Roy. I see you brought Eager Beaver along. Hope he's not going to put the shakes on me again.
Coul Phelps. Mickey Cohen.
Good afternoon.
He has manners. Aren't you a little green for this kid?
Meet Johnny Stompanato, Cole. He has the biggest schlong in Hollywood and the smallest gun. Or maybe that's the other way around. I can never quite remember.
You're a funny guy, Roy. Haven't I always said what a funny guy Roy is? And how much fun it would be to get together with him sometime.
Poor Johnny. He's the dark, sensitive type. He's a serviceman too, Cole. Johnny was at Okinawa.
You were in the crotch?
6th Marines.
The lieutenant who won the Silver Star up on Sugarloaf. I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right, have we finished flirting? You got something to discuss, Roy? Or are you going to stand around beating the meat while my lunch gets cold?
We have some questions.
Do I need my lawyer?
А это зависит от ответов.
Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened to the rest of the shipment?
Lenny, God rest his soul, was a moron. He was family, though, and I haven't made a beef about that, so count yourself lucky, kid. The H is a filthy habit, and I don't condone it. The simple solution would be to have all the dope fiends put down.
So you don't know where he got the morphine?
Kid, ask a question you might get an answer to.
We believe there's a link between a group of Marines and the morphine stolen from the SS Coolidge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
So you haven't heard anything about what happened at the 111 Club?
What can I say, kid? I'm shocked that in the land of opportunity, Uncle Sam's finest feel the need to resort to crime. It's a dangerous business. I can attest to that. I'd recommend they get out of the life. Quickly.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the papers, Mickey. But we had a judge in Pasadena say adios the other day. Prominent white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know dope has never been my thing, Roy. It's always been for schmendricks like Jack D. and Jimmy Utley. But I'll ask around and I'll get back to you. Hey, you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check on that. Come on, Cole, we're leaving.
We have to cut that dope. It looks bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest of it. There's no way of watering down the stuff in those little packages. We have to put the squeeze on those guys and get the rest of it.
They don't seem the type to frighten that easy.
We'll see.
What's going on?
That fucking rat Stoker has gone public about Brenda.
Who is Brenda?
Brenda is LA's most famous madam.
And everyone knows it?
Of course everyone knows. Brenda pays her way.
Are we cops or a collection agency?
Whores have been around since the Bible. Our job is to keep it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife can stroll around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of your mind? Every politician in America is against prostitution, except when they're using them.
So where does Stoker come in?
He objects to the LAPD and the administration taking its cut.
Is everyone in on this?
Yeah, and that's the problem. From a little acorn does a large tree grow. He could bring the whole thing crashing down on us.
Aren't you supposed to be working the...
Sir, do you know which robbery detectives are working the Army surplus theft from the Coolidge?
Caldwell and McManus. I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
This way.
The canary says he'll sing, but only if I guarantee he walks.
Harry, you got a minute?
Sure, Cole, anytime.
You've been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolidge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
What else was taken apart from the morphine?
Case of BARs, case of Thompsons, crate of Valor smokes.
Homicide just recovered 3 BARs and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club.
No kidding. I better get over there.
Do you have a copy of the manifest?
Yeah. Here it is.
Mouthpiece store strips off.
So, how do we connect the docks robbery to the mess at the 111 Club?
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap. Guy gave his wife a tap.
Ну, тут вот есть Томпсоны. Но Томпсоны нам не нужны особо. Нас интересуют сигареты. Морфин. Браунинги.
Here's our backroom arsenal from the 111 Club. Some of these guys are from my old unit. They must have finally shipped home. Kelso, Sheldon. McGoldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
McGoldrick bought the 111 Club, Harry. His brains are all over the bar.
Looks like whoever stole the dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Dragner or Cohen. They control the hop.
Detectives, KGPL's going crazy. Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood bus. They want every car. Go!
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
Так легко у них просто на улицу выйти и с автоматов кого-нибудь пострелять по автобусам. Шустрей. Но Рой там ползет. Но! Ой, мы тут не проедем. Так разошлись. Я думаю, он будет отвлечен, на самом деле, на кого-нибудь справа. Ну а как нам тут? Шансов-то подойти не так много, Келса. Ой, Келса. Эроу. По мне просто стреляет. По идее, вообще видеть не должен. Сейчас посмотрим. Оп. Так, как теперь туда залезть? С этой крыши нет доступа к нему. Но, может быть, получится подстрелить. Тише, 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 тише. Тихо! Как он попадает? И что это было? Маршрут. 3-й столик.
Phone number and restaurant table.
Шапкова ты был, я не знаю. В чем цель? Он просто стрелял по автобусу, он привлекал внимание. Либо он, ну, конченый, сошел с ума. Либо что? Либо это какое-то задание.
It's one of the BARs. I know that guy. Felix Alvaro.
He's one of the guys from the ship?
His name was on the manifest.
Looks like McGoldrick wasn't the only one to get a message.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain detective now, Chico.
Who's the jughead?
This is my partner, Roy Earl. We just want to find out what happened.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus. And then cops turned up and start treating me like I'm some sort of Pachuco punk. My people have been in California for over 300 years.
Very fucking admirable, Felix.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolidge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. The cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
I was down at the 111 Club this morning, waiting for the medical examiner to scrape Eddie McGoldrick's brains off the bar. You want to tell me anything about that?
I heard that Eddie came into some money. Too bad he didn't keep a low profile. It was a tough break to get through Okinawa and then have to buy it back home.
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
How the fuck do I know?
The dead guy on the roof works for Mickey Cohen. Why would Cohen want you dead?
Man, I don't know anything about Mickey Cohen or any of those gangsters.
Но убить-то пытались тебя, судя по всему.
Your name was in the sniper's notebook. Level with me, Felix.
Cohen thinks because we were on the boat, we have the morphine. Courtney's meeting those guys to sort it out.
Courtney Sheldon?
Yeah. You remember Sheldon, don't you, Cole?
We'll be in touch, Felix.
You heard that Jack is in L.A.?
I saw his name on the manifest.
He's been here a couple of months. Sure glad to see you got over your wound, Lieutenant. I mean, Detective.
Pretty cool customer.
He's been under fire before.
You buying his story?
Not for a minute.
А чё он стоит? Ну, пытались меня убить. Ну, бывает. Обычное дело. Каждый день происходит.
Coulou Fелпсу, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Jack Kelso.
Just a second. Jack Kelso, apartment 4, 1408 North El Centro Avenue, Hollywood.
Thanks for your help.
Ну, как вы понимаете, информация-то по этому делу у нас уже есть. Мы смотрели сюжетки из газет. Так что местную историю мы понимаем. И это чисто подводящее сюжетное дело.
Jack was a company sergeant. He would never get involved in something like this.
We brace him and drag him downtown.
Won't work. He's a tough customer.
Ну и к тому же общаемся со старыми знакомыми Коула. Поднимаются старые воспоминания. А тут еще это дело, прикинь, вернулись с войны. И пошла тема с наркотой сразу же. Келс-то еще более-менее. Но он не хотел в это ввязываться.
Hello, Jack. Detective Roy Earl.
Hello, Cole.
We would like a word.
Would you like to come inside?
Actually, we'd prefer if you'd come downtown with us. Do you mind?
Do I have any choice?
No, you don't.
Are you going to tell me what this is all about?
It would be better for all of us if we discussed it at the station.
Bad move, Cole.
How have you been, Jack?
Cut the crap. You pick me up in front of my apartment like a common criminal and then expect small talk? Fuck you.
Do you know that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine?
That has nothing to do with me.
I'm sure it would be gripping to hear more of your life story, boys, but the truth is, I don't give a fuck. You were on the boat, Kelso. What happened?
Do you really think a bunch of Marines could muscle in on the dope rackets in this town? Between the Vice Squad and the mob, I hear it's pretty sewn up.
You'd better watch your mouth.
Did you know that Eddie McGoldrick recently came into money and bought a nightclub?
No, I didn't know that.
Then you didn't know that some mobsters blew his brains out last night?
No, I didn't.
You heard that a crate of BARs went missing?
No, I didn't.
I saw Felix Alvaro today.
Good. How was he?
A little pale. One of Mickey Cohen's goons had emptied about 60 BAR rounds into the bus he was driving. A public bus, in the middle of Hollywood. Are you going to tell me what's going on? Or do more innocent people have to die?
Yeah, and what's in it for you, Cole? Newspapers? More glory? Another promotion? Another medal at the expense of men who fought for their country? Count me out.
What do you know about the Army surplus robbery from the Coolidge, Jack?
What I know is that on 3 separate occasions, you would have been dead if it weren't for me. I don't know anything about the robbery.
People are dying because morphine intended to help servicemen is being used on the street. Now we have guys from our old unit being killed by mobsters. We can put 2 and 2 together, Jack.
Gratitude isn't a concept that has much effect on you, is it, Cole?
Answer the question, Jack. Let's get this over with.
I was interviewed when the robbery took place. I don't have anything further to add.
Jack, we just want information.
Bullshit, Cole. Did you seriously believe that dragging me down here would get me to give up my own guys? You call yourself a Marine? Trying to make a name for yourself with this shitheel? Look at this chump with his $200 suit and $2,000 car.
The tough guy act is really impressive. I like you, Jack. I'd like to make you for this. I really would. I'm going to be working on it and keeping an eye on you. You can go now.
Shooting, Robert Steiner, 6780 West Sunset Boulevard. The victim is a Chris Majowski.
Another name from the manifest?
Больше перестрелок за один день, пожалуйста.
How many more friends of yours are gonna get plugged today?
Talk about tension. That was like being trapped in an elevator with a married couple who can't decide whether they love each other or hate each other.
We go back a long way.
You went too easy on him. Next time, you leave it to me. I know how to handle that smug son of a bitch.
You don't. Jack will never give up his own men.
They just walked up and shot the man. 2 of them officers, they went that way.
Go on, get after him.
Огонь прям в Голливуде. Ты не пытайся, потому что... Не думал, что куст непробиваемый.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down.
Пока хреново получается очень.
Getting close and steer him off the tar.
Прям на хвосте у него. Сейчас было бы хорошо. Он человека не заметил, убил он его или нет. Ему какое-то перекрытие ставить будут или... Понял. Да, мы не сдадимся без боя. Вы на что думали? Полиция. Давай. Портовое управление Лос-Анджелеса, имена пассажиров полностью. Майкл Дрискл, голливудское управление, Дэвид Хендрикс, Томас Стейтем, Феликс Альвара, Альберт Ридинг, Лео Эпстейн, Беккет, Эдвард МакГолдрик, Уолтер Беккет, Джек Келса, Кортни Шелдон, Кристофер Маджевский, Джон Хиггинс, Патрик Коннелли. Все, кого хотели кого не убить.
An LAPD file. We have a traitor in our midst. All of the names on the list have a hit team assigned to them.
Им тоже дали адрес. У Микки встреча в 9 часов. Шелдон, 25 лет, темные волосы.
Cohen is meeting with Sheldon tonight.
Так, на руки вряд ли. Скандал в отделе нравов может затронуть руководство полиции Лос-Анджелеса.
We can't allow that strumpet Brent Allen to bring down the whole administration.
We've got to put a lid on the press. Can't someone talk to Harry over at the Times?
It's too late. The Times would look ridiculous if we dropped the story now.
Who is this Stoker?
Stoker's a lily-white. Nothing that will fix this in the short term.
My law and order credentials are disappearing as we speak. Can we get Brenda to leave town?
Yes, we can, but she won't go quietly. Brenda has extensive records.
Can she at least lay low?
That's already been taken care of.
Mayor? District Attorney?
Who is this guy? And what does he want, Horrell?
The name's Roy Earl, detective, administrative vice.
Aren't you one of the clowns that got us into this mess?
Oh, I think that the orders regarding Brenda come down, not up, Mayor. I have a human interest story. It involves a certain LAPD cop, a hero from the war, who has let his beautiful wife and kids down, who has betrayed America for a German junkie whore, who has abandoned his pledge to the LAPD and his commitment to the public. We all serve. Could be all over the papers by tomorrow, and you would be off the hook.
So what do you want in return, Roy? Fingering a fellow officer.
Так, ну побежали тогда. Так, подожди, что? Голливудское отделение, голливудское почтовое отделение.
How does that get them the dough?
They obviously don't know who has the morphine. They're waiting for someone to crack.
Китайский театр Граумана, 4:30 вечера. Такой он? Нет, это... А мы успеем? Мы не успеем. Да, просто вылететь и расстрелять. Выстрелы залипли.
Step on it, huh? Just give me a little closer. Getting close. Steer him off the tar. Let's see how fast he runs on bare rims.
Ты пробей сначала.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
LAPD, put your hands in the air.
Они еще сдаваться не хотят, их не допросить, ничего. И все, считай, просто так скатались. Кого надо было спасти, не успели. Взять бы просто Коэна за жопу и все. Там уже копы стоят. Опять что-то произошло. Ага. Как это, мать твою, работает?
Tell Courtney. Bad luck. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. God.
Компания «Белый медведь», Лени Финкельштейн.
Really did it. Wonder whether it was worth it.
Most people never get the chance to be rich. Wouldn't you risk it?
Так, карманы у него не работают. Как бы я ни пытался, Коулу не хочет. Нам нужен Шауден, что очевидно. Только Так, что еще нам тут-то делать? Бумаги разбросано. Мясокровища. Всех перестреляли. У вас что? Встреча с Коэном и Шелдоном. Позднее этим вечером.
Looks like Sheldon is bringing his own fire team with him. Majewski, Beckett, Goldrick, Driscoll, these are good guys. Why do they get wrapped up in this thing?
Not everyone has your unwavering restraint in the face of temptation, Cole.
Какой, сука, писячий, не могу.
This isn't looking good. I feel like the fat kid at the back of a race.
You sure it's Cohen making the hits?
All fingers point his way. Your buddies are in way over their heads. Being a Marine doesn't mean shit out here.
Light him up.
All right, let's kill these rat bastards.
Сколько раз за этот день нас уже пытались убить? Я где-то на 15 сбился. С машиной что делать? Они вышли из нее. Он еще жив. Несколько пулевых ранений, плюс он упал с трубы, и он еще при этом был жив. Куда-то.
I'm gonna put out an APB on every one of the sons of bitches on that.
KGPL to Car 11K. Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Hey, Courtney Sheldon is at Hollywood Station requesting an interview with Detective Coulter Phelps.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's not correct protocol, 11K. I'll take that as a roger.
Car 11 King en route.
Это не по протоколу говорит.
Roy, in my office, if you please.
I'm working a major case. I'm not close, Cap. It's gonna have to wait.
Let Phelps do the interrogation.
But, Cap.
No buts. This is more important.
The nerve of some people.
I've been in this job 20 years. I never fired my gun.
Так, ну давай, Кортни, рассказывай.
Sheldon, is this your attorney?
No, detective. This is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He came down here to help me out.
How do you do, sir? You stole the morphine from the Coolidge.
You can't prove that.
Let's see if I can try. And what is your relationship to Sheldon, sir?
Tutor, mentor. Mr. Sheldon is a medical student of mine. He has a very bright future.
Oh, that's nice to know. Too bad all of your war buddies won't get to see your graduation. I would have asked Beckett or Majewski or Driscoll about their involvement, but that's difficult, considering they're all dead. That leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me, Phelps.
You're lying, Courtney. The other guys aren't smart enough to attempt something like this. You either give it up, or I go after Jack for it.
And how do you prove that, Cole?
We know about your showdown with Cohen. We found notes on your guys.
Cohen is hitting our old unit. He believes we have the morphine. I told him that we don't have it. And that's the truth. Isn't it, Doc?
I believe Mr. Sheldon. I think he's telling the truth, Detective.
You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
But it doesn't mean that I was involved.
So you don't mind that the mob executed McGoldrick, Driscoll, and Beckett to get to you?
I don't know why you're trying to pin this on me. Where's your proof?
Beckett had a message for you before he died. Bad luck. It was worth a try.
I feel bad about Beckett, Phelps. He was a hard charger. Those guys deserve more. I don't blame them for taking their shot.
Have you finished, Detective?
I'm just getting started. You have an answer for everything, Courtney. Let's hope Jack does, because now I'm going after him. Is there anyone you're not prepared to sacrifice?
Jack is not in this. He's a good guy.
You were Jack, Courtney. I don't care who goes to jail. I just want the morphine off the street.
What are you offering, Cole?
Don't be ridiculous, son. This man is gambling.
What's your offer?
Doctor, good to see you.
I'm conducting an investigation.
Upstairs in my office now.
This man is about to confess.
As of now, you're suspended from duty, pending a fitness review.
What are you talking about?
You heard the man, Phelps. Upstairs and face the music like the hero you were. You certainly had us fooled, Detective. Phelps, you're one of my favorite sons. You've broken this old man's heart.
Sir, what is going on here?
You're suspended, Phelps. Hand over your badge and gun.
Don't keep him waiting.
What is going on here?
Your wife's attorney has pictures of you and the German. Compromising pictures, lad.
She's pressing charges. You'll be formally charged with adultery. A criminal cannot serve as an LAPD officer, as I'm sure you're aware.
I don't understand.
How could you do it, lad? Your wife, your children, consorting with the enemy and a dope fiend at that. You're lucky the war is over. You'd be taken out and shot. The department doesn't need this kind of publicity, Phelps. Hand over the gun, keep your head down until your board hearing. I forbid you to make any comments to the press. What the hell were you thinking?
Marie, listen, Marie, I need to explain.
Please leave. You're upsetting the girls.
Let me see them, Marie. They're my daughters.
Go to her, Cole. You have done enough damage here. Do you want me to call the police?
For God's sake, Marie, can't we at least talk?
What is there to talk about? Do you love her? Do you? What were you thinking? What about our children? Can you imagine what this has been like for them? Go away, Cole. My father has hired an attorney and you will be hearing from him.
I'd like to explain, Marie. I'd like to tell you what I've been going through.
What you've been going through. I have had reporters camped out on the front lawn all morning. I can't stand it, Cole.
Ну, такой тупой ситуацией. Дело закрыто блестяще, но служба в отделе нравов завершена, и ваши действия привели к понижению. Готовьтесь к переводу в другое дело. Я не знаю, что происходит с музыкой. Отдел расследования поджогов. Что вы думали, мы только вверх по карьерной лестнице пойдем? Да сейчас. Несмотря на мафиозные разборки и нераскрытые ограбления, все газеты пишут только об одном. Сложно, что происходит со звуком. Я все равно, даже если вы выключу, вы все равно будете его слышать, поэтому неважно. Суть в том, что сложно было комментировать какие-то катсцены, какие-то сцены из газет, которые мы смотрели, потому что, естественно, я все это помню. Очень грустно, но на самом деле я вот хотел сказать, что такие моменты, особенно газета, особенно там уже это не только газета была, это уже катсцены были отдельные с роем. Они немножко разделяют игрока с персонажем, то есть мы больше все-таки становимся в позицию наблюдателя, потому что нам показывают некоторые вещи, о которых Коул не знает, а мы знаем. Если в делах это чуть-чуть просто сказывается на геймплее, то в сюжете это очень даже серьезно. Что ж, нас с вами ожидает отдел расследования поджогов, самый невзрачный, самый не то чтобы интересный, но самый сюжетный отдел при этом. Будет много катсцен, и история дойдет до плюс-минус логичного финала. А на этом мы с вами пока что будем заканчивать, так что если вам понравилось это видео, поставьте лайк, прокомментируйте, подпишитесь на канал. Если вы еще не подписаны, не забудьте нажать на колокольчик, чтобы не пропустить новое видео. Увидимся с вами в отделе расследования поджогов. Всем пока.